Of drinking and institutions. I understand.
Forward. Listen, I gotta go. Faith!
Everybody close the robbery!
The story of Pulp Fiction begins inside a quiet diner where a young couple sits and talks over breakfast. The man, Pumpkin, looks around and starts discussing robberies. He explains that banks are risky and liquor stores can be dangerous, but restaurants are easy because people feel relaxed and don't expect trouble. The woman, Honey Bunny, listens and slowly gets excited by the idea. After a few moments, everything suddenly changes. Both of them stand up, pull out guns, and start shouting. Fear spreads across the diner as they begin robbing everyone. Customers freeze, unsure of what to do, and the tension rises instantly. The story then shifts to two men driving in a car. These men are Vincent Vega and Jules Winfield. Their conversation feels casual and almost funny as they talk about food, travel, and random everyday things. Nothing about them seems dangerous at first, but they are actually hitmen on a job. They arrive at an apartment building and walk inside. The atmosphere changes immediately. Inside the room, a few young men are sitting nervously, knowing something bad is about to happen. Vincent and Jules stay calm, almost relaxed, which makes the situation even more intense. Jules begins asking questions in a quiet but serious tone. Then his voice suddenly becomes stronger and more controlled. He speaks in a powerful way, as if delivering something important. The room goes silent. Within seconds, the situation turns violent, and gunshots fill the room. After the shooting, Vincent opens a briefcase they were sent to collect. A strange golden light shines from inside, but what's actually in the case is never shown. As they prepare to leave, something unexpected happens. A man suddenly jumps out from another room and fires several shots at them. The bullets should hit, but somehow none of them do. Both Vincent and Jules are shocked by this. Jules sees it as a miracle, believing that something bigger saved them. Vincent, however, refuses to accept that idea and thinks it was just luck. This difference in thinking becomes important later. They leave the apartment with a man named Marvin and get into their car. While driving, Vincent turns around to talk casually. In a sudden and careless moment, he accidentally pulls the trigger and shoots Marvin in the face. The situation becomes chaotic as blood covers the car. Panic takes over, and they quickly decide to fix the problem. They go to a friend's house, where they meet a calm and professional man known as Winston Wolfe. He takes control immediately and starts giving clear instructions. Everything is handled quickly and efficiently. The car is cleaned, the body is removed, and the situation is resolved as if nothing happened. After dealing with everything, Vincent and Jules go to a diner to relax. It is the same diner where the robbery is about to happen. They sit down, eat, and talk about the strange events of the day. Jules cannot stop thinking about the moment when the bullets missed them. He feels that it was not just luck, but a sign. Something inside him begins to change. He starts questioning his life and the path he is on. Vincent doesn't understand this at all. He treats the whole situation like nothing special and continues acting the same way as always. While they are eating, the robbery begins. Pumpkin and Honey Bunny stand up with guns and start shouting at everyone. Fear spreads again across the diner. Vincent is in the bathroom during this moment, leaving Jules alone at the table. Pumpkin approaches him and points a gun directly at him, demanding his wallet and the briefcase. Jules stays completely calm. Instead of reacting with violence, he starts talking. His voice is steady, and his words feel different. He speaks about life, about change, and about walking away from the life he has been living. The briefcase is opened slightly, and the same glowing light appears again. Pumpkin becomes nervous, unsure of what to do. Jules makes a choice. He decides not to kill him. He gives Pumpkin money and allows him and Honey Bunny to leave peacefully. The robbery ends without bloodshed. Vincent returns from the bathroom, confused but unaware of what just happened. Both men leave the diner together, but Jules is no longer the same person. The story then shifts to another part of the timeline. Vincent is now given a task by his boss, Marcellus Wallace. Marcellus is going out of town and asks Vincent to take his wife, Mia Wallace, out for the evening. The task sounds simple, but it carries risk because Marcellus is a powerful and dangerous man. Vincent picks Mia up from her house. She is confident, calm, and slightly unpredictable. There is something about her that makes the situation feel tense. They go to a restaurant with a unique theme, filled with music and an unusual atmosphere. They sit, talk, and slowly become comfortable with each other. Their conversation feels natural, but there is always a layer of tension underneath. At one point, they join a dance contest. Their dance is simple but full of style. For a brief moment, everything feels light and enjoyable. After dinner, they return to Mia's house. Vincent goes to the bathroom, trying to stay in control of the situation. He reminds himself not to cross any boundaries. Meanwhile, Mia finds Vincent's drugs and mistakes them for something else. Without realizing the danger, she uses them. When Vincent comes out of the bathroom, he finds her lying on the floor, completely still. Panic hits immediately as he realizes she is overdosing. He quickly picks her up and rushes to his drug dealer's house. The situation becomes intense as they try to figure out how to save her. Finally, Vincent uses a syringe filled with adrenaline and injects it directly into her chest. For a moment, nothing happens. Then, suddenly, Mia gasps and wakes up. Both of them sit there in shock, realizing how close she was to dying. Vincent takes Mia back home, and they both agree to keep what happened a secret. The night ends quietly, but the tension remains. The story shifts again. Now the focus moves to a boxer named Butch Coolidge. He is paid by Marcellus Wallace to lose a fight on purpose. Marcellus has money riding on the outcome, but Butch has already made his own plan. Instead of losing, he decides to win the fight. During the match, he hits his opponent so hard that the man dies in the ring. Butch knows this changes everything. Marcellus will now come after him. He escapes and hides in a motel with his girlfriend. The plan is to leave the city and start fresh somewhere else. But then a problem comes up. Butch realizes he forgot something important: his father's watch. It is not just an object, but something deeply personal to him. Even though it is dangerous, he decides to go back and get it. He quietly enters his apartment, expecting trouble. The place feels strangely silent. He searches quickly and finds the watch, feeling relieved for a moment, but then he notices something unusual. A gun is sitting on the kitchen counter. Before he can fully understand what is happening, Vincent Vega walks out of the bathroom. Relaxed and unaware of anything. For a brief moment, both men freeze as they see each other. The silence feels heavy, but Butch reacts faster. He grabs the gun from the counter and fires. The shot is sudden and final. Vincent drops instantly, and the room becomes completely still. Butch stands there for a second, breathing heavily, trying to process what just happened. There is no time to think. He quickly takes his father's watch and leaves the apartment. Every second feels dangerous now. The The streets outside look normal, but nothing is normal anymore. While driving away, Butch slows down at a traffic light. At that exact moment, he sees Marcellus Wallace crossing the street in front of him. Their eyes meet, and everything freezes again. Both recognize each other instantly. Without thinking, Butch presses the gas pedal and drives straight into Marcellus, hitting him hard. Marcellus falls, but he doesn't stay down. Pain turns into anger, and he pulls out a gun. Butch quickly gets out of the car and starts running. The chase begins immediately. Streets turn into chaos as both of them run through the city, trying to catch or escape. The chase leads them into a small pawn shop. At first, it seems like a normal place, but the situation changes within seconds. The shop owner suddenly pulls out a shotgun and stops both of them. Another man comes out from the back, and together they overpower Butch and Marcellus. They are tied up and taken into a hidden room. The atmosphere becomes dark and disturbing. These men are not just criminals. They are cruel and dangerous in a way that feels different. Butch watches as Marcellus is dragged into another room. The situation becomes worse, and for a moment it feels like there is no way out. But then something unexpected happens. Butch manages to free himself. The rope comes loose, and he is no longer tied. He slowly stands up, realizing he has a chance to escape. The exit door is right there. Freedom is only a few steps away. Leaving would solve everything. Marcellus is his enemy, and staying would only bring more danger. But Butch stops. He looks back. Something inside him doesn't allow him to walk away. Even though Marcellus wanted him dead, the situation inside that room is worse than anything. No one deserves that. He turns around. Butch starts searching for a weapon. First, he picks up a hammer. Then he notices a baseball bat. Finally, he sees a samurai sword and chooses it. With slow and careful steps, he moves back toward the room. The moment he enters, everything changes. The attackers are caught off guard. Butch strikes quickly and violently. One of them is killed, and the other is left helpless. Marcellus is freed.
The balance of power shifts completely. Marcellus stands up, injured but filled with anger. He looks at the man who hurt him. The room becomes silent again, but this time the fear is on the other side. What happens next is left quiet, but it is clear that Marcellus will handle it in his own way. After that, Marcellus turns to Butch. There is a long pause. Both understand what just happened. Butch could have escaped, but he came back and saved him. Marcellus makes a decision. He lets Butch go, but with one condition: leave the city and never return. Butch agrees immediately. He leaves the pawn shop and goes back to his girlfriend. Together, they take a motorcycle and leave the city behind. The past is left where it belongs. Pumpkin and Honey Bunny stand up with guns, shouting and creating panic. The same scene from the beginning plays out again, but now it feels different. Pumpkin walks toward Jules and points the gun at him, demanding everything. Jules remains calm. There is no fear in his face, no anger, only control. He starts speaking slowly, explaining how he sees things now. He talks about change, about leaving behind violence, and about choosing a better path. The briefcase is opened slightly, and the golden light shines again. Pumpkin looks at it, confused and unsure, but Jules is not focused on the case. The moment is about choice. Instead of killing him, Jules takes out money and gives it to him. He tells him to leave and not look back. Pumpkin and Honey Bunny take the chance and run out of the diner. The tension disappears. Vincent returns from the bathroom, completely unaware of how close everything came to turning deadly. Jules stands up. Something inside him is different now. He is done with that life. Vincent continues on the same path, not knowing where it will lead. Jules walks away from it. The story of Pulp Fiction moves through different moments, jumping across time and showing how small choices can change everything. Some people stay the same, some people change, and sometimes a single decision becomes the turning point of a life.